city in my pursuit of being happy. Came up out the hood with my hair all nappy, cut it all off, plus some name nothing my pappy. The streets tried to trap me, but I had to escape from my destiny and wait for me to be great. And I knew it, so was square, had to show improvement when I do it, so was stupid. Now you loving me like Cupid, and I know that you wasn't ready for this. I'm so on point with my targets, I'm sure I won't miss in the past, present, and the future. Six square, the household name, something to get used to. I'm here,
I'm here. Yeah, hello, man, welcome to the feature, man. I'm so happy you guys are here, man. Welcome to this awesome day, man. Today is like none other because you already know today is Feature Fridays. Yes, man, it's that time of the week where we are at the end of the week and we getting involved and getting to our Feature Friday, man. And today is Friday. It is Feature Fridays, and we getting into it today with none other than the head football coach of Edward Waters College, Coach Greg Ruffin. So, man, if y'all tuning in live or y'all catching this thing on the replay, you don't want to miss tonight, man. Tonight's going to be action-packed. EWC, Fightin Tigers, my E-double on. Where y'all at? Stand up. It's time to get this thing going, man. It's time to get this show popping and underway. You already know how we do it, man. So y'all, everybody who's either E-dub or not E-dub, been coached by Coach Ruffin, man, and all the schools he done coached at, listen, it's time to stand up and recognize this man tonight, man. We finna do this thing the featured style, CJ3 style. You know what I mean? It's all good, man. So I can't wait to get in that conversation. So happy to have this night, man, because it's Feature Friday. So you already know what time it is. Hello to all my features out there. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Featured, man. I love y'all so much, man. Thank y'all for always coming and tuning in back with me. Man, to all those who are watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, man, welcome to the Featured, man. You know, this is where we become, where we get intimate and become exclusive with our guests and our topics. And for all those who are tuning into this thing for the first time, you done heard about it on the timelines, you done heard about it word of mouth, you done heard it from me, you done heard it from other people. Man, welcome to the Featured. All of y'all could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but y'all decided to be with me. And I truly appreciate that, man. That is something that I'm very happy about. As y'all can see, the video camera coming in clear. I hope y'all can hear me clear enough. Please let me know. Give me some likes if y'all can hear me and I'm straight and I'm coming in clear. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me on the microphone, man. So I want to make sure everybody's good and y'all can hear me, because I don't want y'all to miss nothing that's about to go on tonight with me and Ruffin. So you already know how this goes, man. So but before we get into all of this and all of that, I gotta go ahead and do what I do. For those who want to be on my show, The Featured with CJ3, contact me, man, through email, thefeatured.cj3@gmail.com, or holler at me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at the same handle, at The Featured with CJ3. I'm on every single night, man, Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Please go subscribe to the YouTube and Twitch channel. Can't stress that enough. Go do it. And also, go listen and download us on all major outlets for podcasts or wherever you go enjoy your podcasts. And donate and support. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want to get on the show, you want to just get yourself on a Feature Friday, you want to, man, you got to send money for that. So hit us up. Cash App, $ Right Touch Sports, PayPal, paypal.me/Right Touch CJ3, or on Anchor at anchor.fm/ The Featured with CJ3. And this show is brought to you tonight by Commissioner Elaine Bryant. Please, everybody, go vote. Vote. Tuesday. Next Tuesday, August 18th, man. It's already time for change. Let's do it. Elaine Bryant, she's already in position to make those changes and be ready to be the change. Listen, vote Tuesday, August 18th for your commissioner, Commissioner Elaine Bryant. Man, it's about that time, man. Hold on, before I get into it, I gotta drop this bomb on you. Got to drop that bomb on y'all. So, for those who don't know, on Saturday, August 15th at 9 p.m., through 11 a.m. No, you know what? It's 9 a.m. through 11 a.m. Correction. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I'm gonna make the correction right now on live, just like that. Watch this here. See how I make that thing happen like that right there, right there? Yeah. So, y'all getting everything right now. So I had to make that correction right quick. Sorry, but I have to make sure y'all get this right. A.M. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We got a pancake pop-up breakfast, man, and food drive given by the commissioner, Elaine Bryant, and voting is queen, along with the other Democratic candidates. It's going to be at Greater Love Church of God in Christ on 524 Orange Avenue, Tallahassee, Florida, 32301, man. They're giving out free food, vegetables, fruit, and pancake breakfasts, man. You can't beat this, man. It's going down. Saturday is about to be here, so listen. Please be there, because I know I'm going to be there early in the morning. And they want me to come make breakfast and flip pancakes and all that good stuff, which is fine. More so after I'm done with my food. But I'll be there. I'm be sure I'll be there. But, man, we're about to get into it with my guy, my coach of our old Ever Waters, man. So we about to get this thing crack lacking, popping off, man. I'm so excited, so proud of this brother, all his accomplishments. We've been rolling for so long. And, man, we just finna get into it like how we always do. But at the same time, you know, we're finna highlight and feature him, man. And for those who don't know him, get a little bit more closer, a little bit more intimate. I hope there's some student athletes out there who haven't decided to go to a school yet, still looking for school. Even if you've already decided to go to school, you know, you might want to try to listen to this coach, because you never know. This might be a safe haven for a lot of people. At the same time, it might be the beginning of something big. So I'm finna call my boy. I'm finna get him on the phone. Coach, he's so busy. This should be funny and exciting. This is my guy, man. I love this coach.
Hello?
Coach!
What's happening?
What happening, baby?
That's much, man. What's going on, Tim?
Man, Coach, I'm trying to do the best I can with what I got, man.
Hey, slow motion better than no motion.
Boy, slow motion better than no motion, boy. I'm trying to tell you that, Coach. Yes, sir, man. Man, so happy that you're on the phone and here with us tonight, man. Appreciate you cutting in some time in your busy schedule just to get a chance to chop it up with your boy, man. You know, we can call and talk to each other at any given moment, any given time, but to select you for this particular night, man, when we talked about this a few months ago, man, I was just blessed and fortunate for you to do this, Coach. So I'm so thankful, man. I appreciate you a lot, Coach.
Thanks for having us. You know, we always interested, you know, being able to sell our product, our great institution on Kings Road, and I think it's, you know, the more the merrier. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You said a mouthful right there. Kings Road University stand up tonight. We on the phone with our very own Coach Greg Ruffin, the head man at EWC's football program of those Fightin Tigers out there. So, Coach, man, you know, it's just me and you. Just like a three-way call with the world. It's just you and I talking and everybody listening. So, they finna get a little bit more acquainted with you, a little bit more closer, a little bit more attached, and get a little bit more exclusive with you, man. And hopefully we can get a few signees out of this conversation.
Right.
Exactly, man. So let's just get right into it, Coach. So officially, where are you from? Where you from?
Well, I'm originally from Blytheville, Arkansas, which sits about 60 miles north of Memphis, in the northeast corner of Arkansas. So that's where I grew up at.
Blytheville. Blytheville. I heard it was Blytheville.
Well, country folks say Blytheville.
Blytheville. Yeah, man. Blytheville, Arkansas, man. So tell me, Coach, what was the family makeup like? Like your mom, dad, sisters, brothers? Like, how did that whole situation go?
Well, it was my mother and father, and there's three boys in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the youngest of three.
Right.
So that's generally how we grew up. And, you know, town of about 28,000 at the time. We had an Air Force base there growing up. And,
oh, wow.
You know, typical, you know, one of those situations, Friday night lights down, you know, everything shuts down.
Right.
Everybody's at the game, you know. Fortunately, we come from a high school program that's tradition. My high school had an indoor football facility since 1996. So, I mean,
wow.
You know, we've had facilities, you know, it's college just now building those types of deals. We've had one since 96. So, you know, it was And I tell people all the time, I'm fortunate coming up. You know, we never bought cleats. We never bought anything. The school district paid for everything. All we had to do was show up.
Man, that's gangster.
Yeah, it was interesting to be able to go that way, and then go some other places when you hear guys talking. You be like, nah, man, I've always bought my own shoes, and I've always did this.
Right.
And I'm looking back all the way to the 7th grade, and we've never had to do that. You know?
Wow.
So it was a good thing, you know. And life was good. So, you know, my parents are still living. They're still located there. So, you know, they're 70 years old, and just saw them not too long ago and gone for a minute. So it's just a blessing, you know, still have your parents in this world.
Man, absolutely, man. Shout out to the whole Ruffin gang, man, the whole clique, man. We appreciate y'all for birthing this guy right here, man. My friend, head coach Greg Ruffin, man. So tell us about the high school. What high school you went to? In Blythe.
I went to Blythe High School.
Blythe High School. The Chickasaws.
I was a 2-year starter and quarterback there.
Coach played QB.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Quarterback. Yeah, I think I went to school in the late 80s, early 90s.
Right.
I was still running the wishbone. You know?
Ooh, boy, that wishbone week. T.H., what? You was the man with it.
Yeah, so I ran the wishbone for 2 years in high school, threw the ball around a little bit my senior year. Signed with Whitworth Military Academy, our early commissioning academy out of high school, and then I transferred to Lane College in 1993.
Right.
Transferred to Lane.
Word, right. So, yo, we're going to get into all of that, Coach. So, what was your high school experience like as far as, like, school, like, you know, how many, you know, the players that you played with and all that stuff? Because you ran Wishbone, Coach, so you was official, Doc.
Right. Well, you know, we had a good program.
Mm-hmm.
Our head coach, a young guy, had just came from being a GA at the University of Georgia.
Oh, wow.
He was 28 years old. He inherited the job. He came there with another guy that he ended up going leaving after a year, and then he kind of fell into the job. But no, we had a good program, and I think tough division we played in. We started living in West Memphis, Jonesboro, schools like that over in Northeast Arkansas.
Wow.
But there was some guys that really was good. I mean, we had a real good track program there, as well as a great basketball program. We actually won 2 state championships in the last 5 years. I was, in school. Very good basketball program.
Man, that's cool.
We were probably a little bit better in basketball than we were in football.
Oh man, that's crazy.
On the state level we were.
Oh man, that's crazy. So you say after high school you went to Wentworth, and that's Wentworth Military Academy.
Right.
Yeah, man, up in Lexington, Missouri.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Red Dragons, man. So tell me how that experience was going into military school. Like, what was that whole experience like?
Well, it was interesting because, at a military school, with the regiment of rules and things of that nature, you got to understand now, Wentworth is a different type of deal because, whereas if you go to Army, if you go to the West Point, you leave in 4 years as an officer.
Right.
But if you go to Wentworth, you leave in 2 years as an officer.
Wow.
It's an advanced OTS school, and it was grade 7 through 12 plus the 2-year academy. Which you leave with an associate's degree, but you also leave
as an officer.
Officer in the military, yeah. So
Boy.
it's kind of interesting. Now I graduated from high school. I had already went to basic training coming out of high school, but I joined the National Guard my senior year of high school. So
oh wow.
I went to the academy with rank, and I was a cadet drill sergeant because I had already been trained in the military, where a lot of the guys were just coming out of high school.
Come on now.
Yeah, so that was an advantage to go there and be promoted as a cadre and be the drill sergeant. And then, of course, also, we had 125, 130 football players there, so a lot of those guys were in my platoon. So, it gave them a sense of, comfort, a level of comfort with having somebody that, in terms of, I used to get on them, but,
right.
Simple guys, I still have to see them in practice.
Right, absolutely. You still got to go knuckle buck with them.
Yeah. Ain't no ranking to that.
Their rank don't matter on that football field.
Yeah, don't matter on the grass. It's his old Greg Ruffin, you know what I mean?
Right. That's what's up. Now, Coach, I did some quick little thorough research on you, Doc. Now, at Whitworth, that's the real deal right there, dude. Like, That's serious. That's serious deal. So after you went to Wentworth, you say you transferred to Lane College.
Right.
And that's.
I actually was at the University of Central Arkansas, and I got a call from someone telling me that you need to come to Lane College.
Mm-hmm.
They get ready to redo the football program. You know, and they had been terrible for years. I think when I got there, the last time they won a football game, Burger King was still a prince. So,
oh man.
So like walking into that situation, they hadn't won a football game in almost 6 years.
Wow.
So I just happened to be on a team. We won one game the first year.
Mm-hmm.
We won one game the first year. The second year we won 3 games. And then my senior year in '95, we went 9-1, and we were the number one Division II football team in the HBCU Bowl. And we beat 2 Division I's that year. We beat North Carolina A&T that year. And we beat Texas Southern that year as well. So
man, that's crazy. Yeah, so you know you played quarterback at Wentworth, but when you transferred to Lane, you played fullback.
Well, I actually started a whole year at linebacker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ran a 4.55, and they moved me to defense. I was about 5'11", 238 pounds, and they just put all the guys that can run and strike
in that box.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can tell you right now, boy, if I play running back, I'm not running in your hole. Not with that, man. Good, but you did end up playing fullback though, right?
Right. What happened? I never forget. We played a game in Tupelo against Mississippi Valley.
Right.
I gave up. They told me to get the first back out the backfield, and I never forget. They rolled to the right. And the back came out the backfield, and I swam the back to try to get to the quarterback to get a sack. And about 3 steps after I passed that fullback, I turned around and tried to run back to go catch him, and he caught a pass in the flat, and they scored on me. And that was probably one of my last days playing out. The next week we played University of Tennessee at Fightin. And they were throwing the ball a lot, so they was starting to look at me like he's a liability in pass coverage. So they put me. The next game I didn't play on the special teams. And I was like, man, I'm not gonna be sitting over here on this bench like this. And then the starting fullback, friend brother of mine, Josh Evans, he had gotten married that summer, so you know he had a lot going on, so he left the team. And so I went over there and told him, I said, hey man, I'm an offensive guy anyway. He moved me to fullback, and I go over and play fullback. And me and Fred Lane went in the backfield together for 2 years. And, the rest is history. He rushed for 1,600 that year and 1,700 the next year. So that's how it was in my career.
Man, that's crazy, man. Because, yeah, you was in the backfield with Fred Lane. And for those who don't know who Fred Lane, I mean the late, great Fred Lane, who was an undrafted free agent with the Carolina Panthers. And he played for the Colts, too. And he also died tragically, man, at the hands of his wife. At that time, I don't know how close you guys were, but just tell us a little bit about your relationship with Fred and in college and leading up to his demise.
Fred Lane was my guy. Like I said, I wore number 7, he wore number 6.
Right.
I'm the one made him get in number 6.
Wow.
He was wearing 32, and the jersey got tore off from him. Of course, we were low budget, so we didn't have another jersey. And probably didn't have the money to order another jersey, so I made him get in number 6. We rocked 7 and 6 the rest of our college career, you know what I mean?
Right, man. That's crazy, man. That's awesome, Coach. So, what made you want to pursue coaching football? Like, what was the passion behind it?
Well, actually, Cliff, I majored in criminal justice. My thing was I was going to jump out the truck, kick the door in. I was going to be with the SWAT team. Right,
ATF.
Yeah. So what happened was my senior year of college,
mm-hmm.
in Jackson, Tennessee, they're on what's called block scheduling. So the kids have 4 classes for an hour and a half. They actually got out of school at like 1 o'clock.
Wow.
And so we didn't start football practice till like 4:30. So I went down and over to Northside High School, and I coached the DBs and the wide receivers, and we'd be done by 4 o'clock. And I had to get this time to get back across town.
So you can go ahead and so you can coach your kids and then get to practice, yeah.
And I said, and so the next year, it's just something I kind of fell into and loved doing it. The next year I went over to Jackson Central Mary High School.
Mm-hmm.
We were extremely successful over there. At the first school, we didn't win a game because we were so young. But I had a chance to go over to Jackson Central Mary to sit to Jason.
Right.
Lane College sits right by Lane's campus and coached over there. The next year, I think we went 9-2 that year, and we lost in the first round of playoffs to a very good Whitehaven High School team out of Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And I just and then we had 3 or 4 kids that were D1 type kids, but they didn't have the grades. And I convinced them to go to Kemper Military Junior College.
Right.
And so they brought me up to Kemper